Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and into another vlog.
Today we're going to do another crochet project. What I wanted to do was try to use up all the yarns that I have at home because over the years I've just collected lots of different colors, and as per usual I always start a project and then don't finish it. So I have all this yarn left over and now I'm on a mission to try and use it all, or at least choose projects which use those colors. Today I'm going to do Snorlax from Pokemon because I just have those colors kind of on hand and I want to do something that I can kind of finish within the day. So what we need, which the pattern I will link down below, that I'm following today, and it says I need black, which I've got some black. Then it says dark denim, so I'll use this one that I've got, which is this like navy blue. And then it says cream, which I've got this cream color. It is a different texture to the rest of it, but hopefully it kind of works out. And then I've got white for just some highlights and features. And then it says a camel color, and I've kind of got this one, which isn't as brown as it's supposed to be, but let's just go with it because it's only like a little bit for its feet. And then I've got some polyfill to stuff it, and then all the rest of the tools. So, all right, we're good to go. I'm gonna follow this pattern and yeah, crochet along with me if you like.
First up, I'm going to crochet the head and the body, which is created in one go. Starting with the navy yarn, I am making a magic ring so I can crochet in a circular motion. From there, each row is essentially going to increase the size of the circle until it reaches the right circumference for the head or the body. To be honest, I wasn't sure which body part was which until I got towards the end. When crocheting amigurumi patterns, I find that it involves a lot of concentration, and just to be sure, I always count the stitches after every round to make sure I am still on track. There are 17 rounds of this slow increase and then eventual decrease, so it took me some time to complete this part. As I was working with the darker yarn, I found that I needed markers to help distinguish the end of each round. These little guys came in handy. Round 18, we start to form the second ball of body part, ready to start stuffing soon. Alright, it's a bit later in the day and my husband is cooking dinner tonight, so I'm going to keep working on Project Snorlax. Time to stuff his head and body with polyfill, and as I keep crocheting the last few rounds, I keep stuffing it as it closes in. I found that it looked better not overly stuffed, and of course not too little as well, so I was playing around with just enough to give a shape, but not too much that it stretched out the knitted structure. To finish this off, once I cut off the yarn and pulled through to properly end the stitch, I threaded the loose end into a darning needle and weaved the needle around the opening. Once I got back to the starting point, I pulled it firmly to fully close the hole. Also sewing the closure crossways a few times to ensure it stays put. Okay, picking this right up again. Time to move on to the stomach part. Again, starting with a magic ring to form a circular piece. The rounds in this part are essentially increasing until you get to a total of 42 stitches. Switching back to the navy colour, I am now working on the little ears. Again, starting with the magic ring and single crocheting into the ring to form a circular piece, slowly increasing until it forms a little cone-like shape. Times this by 2. Same with the arms, which have quite similar instructions as well. Make a pair of them too. We're nearly there now. We've just got to make 2 feet as well. You guessed it, we start with a magic ring again and slowly increase with single crochet stitches. Now the pattern says switch to white, which I did, but in the end I realised that switching to cream would have been a better match in my opinion. So keep that in mind if you're going to give this pattern a go. Last but not least, we only have the face piece to go. For once in this pattern, we are starting with a chain, so that was a nice change. For this one, we are essentially creating a piece with 2 points, so think like kitty ears. missed the last step in the pattern, which was to single crochet all around the outer edge, so I ended up doing that later off camera. Alright, it's the final day and it's time to assemble. So first I am pinning all the body parts onto the main part to see how it's going to turn out. This is when I realised the face piece wasn't quite right and quickly fixed it. For sewing together all the pieces, I threaded the loose ends from each body part onto the darning needle and sewed it where necessary, using additional yarn if it wasn't enough. I didn't really enjoy this part too much. It felt a little bit stressful than it should have been.
Okay guys, I don't think it's working out. It's turning out really ugly and really horrible looking. It looks like some I don't know, voodoo doll or something. It's just not turning out like the picture. So that's the first mistake. Then stitching it up I don't know, I tried to go with it, trust the process, but I'm not liking how it's turning out and I'm getting really discouraged. And you know what? I feel like I should just abort mission. Just stop and not waste any more time on this because I don't know, because I'm not loving it. Can I just give up? And I don't know, guys. I mean, it was fun until I got to this part, stitching it together. I don't know, it was highly stressful and I was sweating and I wasn't liking how things were turning out. I'm like, this is not going well. And to be honest, I don't know, hobby should be enjoyable. So if I'm not liking it, I think I'm just gonna say goodbye to this and call it a day. Yeah, I totally failed this one.
As I started to pack up and wrap up this project, my husband came home and I told him all about it. He looked at it and encouraged me to keep going because in his eyes it looked good and was on the right track. So after some nice words from him and realising I may have been a bit too critical of myself, I decided to persevere since I was so close to finishing anyway. So we're still on. I continued to sew on the feet as well, even though I thought it was the wrong colour, and added the final touches like the lines on the hands and feet and the black stitches for the eyes and the mouth. And yay, to my surprise, it turned out alright. I'm actually quite pleased with it, even though I nearly gave up towards the end. I squished mine a bit more though to make it look stubbier and cuter. And that brings me to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more from me. Have a lovely day and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!